Hello, and welcome back to this new video. As I promised in the last video, today I'm flying the Maulus, the Gallente E-War frigate, and this is part of my series where I burn the meta, so I'm trying to do everything to find the weirdest and most interesting fits for the weirdest and most interesting frigates, because I'm going to be doing one kill with every frigate in the game, so you can expect a video for every frigate there is. And yeah, this video is the Maulus, which I decided on my wheel of names that I spent in the last video. So yeah, let's take a look at the fit, and after that we can see which fights I got and how I got to these 3 kill marks. So here is the fit. Of course I went with blasters because I like blasters and up close high damage, that's nice. Then afterburner, scope work scrambler, and a webifier, damage control, drone damage amplifier, and a small ancil, drone damage amplifier instead of a magnetic field stabilizer, because most of the damage of the Maulus comes from drones, because it has a really nice drone bay and it can use 4 drones at once. So yeah, that's the drones I use for hobgoblins, 2 warriors, and I have triple hull rigs. And the Maulus has a bonus to sands dampeners, but if you brawl like I do, the sands dampeners don't really affect your enemy really much. So I decided to go instead with the tracking disruptor that I have here, to hopefully maybe outrange or outtrack some of my enemies, maybe get into some guns and get some kills like that. So you can see the speed is quite good, because Gallente ships are not the slowest. DPS is really nice for being an E-War frigate. Overheated, that's 188 DPS. Tank is definitely on the weaker side. It's like an Atron, but weaker, so I had the most of my struggle with that. But yeah, that's the fit. It's not too expensive, 8.6 million. I try to keep them pretty cheap, all the fits that I use. Maybe later, if I play stuff like a Nurgle or, I don't know, Worm, Daredevil, I'm gonna fit some more expensive models on there, because it just doesn't make sense. You fly those ships too cheap, because the more performant the ship and the better the bonuses, the more they profit from simpling. So we'll see about that. Maybe I just keep them all cheap, I don't know yet. But yeah, I'm gonna stop talking, and then we get to the wheel spin, where the wheel decides where we fly in the next video, and then we jump right into the fights. So see you in a minute. So here we are in the first fight. I'm starting in my Maulus. I have Void loaded, and the guns, Afterburner, Tracking Disruptor, and Ancillary Armor Repair preheated. I'm starting in on this Cormorant. Immediately I see that he is probably lost fit, and immediately I see the very high damage puts out on me. I start my Armor Repair, but he's just punching so much damage out on me. He is almost out of shields, and he is losing armor rather quickly. I expected him to be some kind of armor tank when his shields went down so quickly. But still get him into hull, but unfortunately he has just too much DPS and I die. In the end it turned out he was a no tank fit, so I actually had a chance of killing him. Maybe I should have went with range instead of tracking disruption instead, but the Cormorant has a range bonus, so yeah, I'm not sure in the end what would have been better. But I decided to just try again right away, this time against a different Cormorant. And this one was what I expected in the first fight. So he's a rail fit. I start off with optimal range disruption script, and I start flying away from him. This was not the best call, because as I said, the Cormorant has so much range. I should have went with tracking from the start, but I did some time to realize that I should maybe switch the script, and in that time he does quite a lot of damage to me. Here you can see I deactivate my tracking disruptor, realizing I should switch. And I also should have started my Rapper, but yeah, there, finally I go. Activate my Rapper, and I also should have realized that I could use my drones. Now I finally switched the script to tracking disruption, and immediately you can see that these volleys are much lower, only grazing shots and no more hits or penetrating, and my tank starts stabilizing. Now I also realized that I'm not going to be able to slingshot him, because he knows that I'm trying to slingshot him, but I do see that I am in drone range, so I just put my hobgoblins out and send them on him. I know that the rail cormorant that he is rocking doesn't have a lot of tanks, so I hope that my drones can maybe scare him off, or if he doesn't pay attention enough, he might die. I tried to bait trap here a bit, but, well, first of all I almost died, and second of all he worked off, unfortunately. So, a bit of a short fight that I thought I'd still include it. Then this next fight is definitely not solo, but I still wanted to include it, because my friend Froffer here messaged me in local asking if I could maybe lend him a hand, because he wanted to go for this Ikitursa, and of course I didn't say no to that. You can see me here spiraling in a bit, and immediately putting my tracking disruptor with tracking disruption script on the Ikitursa, which might seem a bit weird because the Ikitursa has good tracking, but I know that Froffer has a Fizz specifically built to have a small signature radius, so I am confident he won't be hit if I put tracking disruption in there. And yeah, you can see he also says the same in local, and yeah, now I'm in a confident orbit with the Ikitursa. Yeah, sorry, I'm just filling around here with the chats a bit. But yeah, now I'm in the orbit around the Ikitursa, and he deploys his ECM drones. And since I'm not doing the most part of the DPS here, I'm just deactivating my guns and webs, and I put everything on the drones to hopefully defang them before they can cause any issues for Froffer. And by the way, if you haven't noticed it, Froffer is flying a meme fit. He's flying a battle Exequror, so a battle logi ship, which is quite funny that two meme ships here now try to fight this Ikitursa, because I'm not flying really battle performance ship either, you know. The Maulus 180 DPS is not great. Now I ask Crawford if he is okay, because I'm not sure if he's getting hit by the Ikitursa or not, but he says he isn't tracking, so pretty much got the Ikitursa pinned down, and now it's just if we can kill him in time. I'm also a bit surprised that the Ikitursa is not shooting me, because in my opinion, I'm the obvious target. I don't have all the damage, but I have the tracking disruptor, and I am the one defanging his drones. But yeah, he still stays on Froffer trying to hit him. Another load of ECM drones is out, so again I do my job, defanging them quickly. ECM drones actually jammed me for a second, which made me a bit nervous, because in that time there was no tracking disruptor on him. Almost locked Froffer there, but I locked the right target, and put the tracking disruptor back on the Ikitursa, so shouldn't be able to do anything now. And yeah, at this point he used his ancillary damage control, assault damage control, sorry, what am I saying? So he is already a bit desperate with tanking, and we seem to cause him some issues, even though it doesn't look like it at the moment still. I am doing quick work of his drones, because drones on drones is really nice. So he's only got 2 Hornet ECMs left by now, and at this time I wasn't sure, but it actually turns out that the Ikitursa has enough room in its cargo hold for 3 sets of light drones, which is quite crazy to me. So I already thought here, yeah, it's easy now. You can see in a second he will deploy another set of drones, but he is already struggling a lot on tank, so I hope we can break through him. Tell Froffer to maybe overheat a bit, but he says he's already at the maximum, so I heat. But yeah, now the Ikitursa starts strapping a bit. It isn't a lot, and I think we can get through him, probably. So yeah, I'm just here, sitting, running to the tank. I was quite surprised that this Ikitursa just let us tackle him, but yeah, it's definitely a nice kill. Check that. Who else messaged me? It was actually the Cormorant pilot from the first fight. He let me know that he was indeed not Halpang fit, but just full DPS fit, which was quite funny that happened in the middle of that next fight. Yeah, the Ikitursa is still very, very slowly inching towards Hull. And the nice thing about Maulus is that you can overheat super, super, super long, because only 2 guns, they don't stack up heat very quickly. And here you can see there is another set of drones, and I just started locking the warriors, but here I had the problem that I didn't know which drones were Froffers and which ones were the ones from the Ikitursa, so I just targeted the ones that were actually shooting me, because I know Froffer don't shoot me. So I just focused on the other drones. Then there was a loot on me and a lot of damage by the warriors, so I had to start repping, which drained my cap even more. But the Ikitursa was heading towards Hull, So unfortunately I missed the end of this fight, because you'll see in a second I got a few more armor repair cycles off, but I was quite nervous here that he would tackle me last second, so I just recalled my drones, started warping off, and I hoped that I could finish him off. Last second before warping off I still shot the drones, hopefully giving Froth the edge he needed, and indeed he got the kill, and there's the kill, man. Super proud of that one. Pretty shit-fit Ikitursa, I have to say. Not very... well, not the best fit, not the fit I would choose, but yeah, great fight in the end. This next fight I was very desperate for fights at this point, so I decided to slide in on the Kestrel, which is a really rough matchup for this because I'm still on the tracking disruptor and missiles aren't affected by that. So against the Kestrel I will have a hard time, but I hope to just, yeah, win the DPS race. So I overheat guns, afterburner, stay on top of him, put the drones on him, and hopefully just break through his tank before he does too much to me. You can see he's melting through me, he's doing so much damage. But this time I managed to activate my armor ripper in time, and it doesn't look like his Kestrel has a lot of tanks, so I'm hoping that I can break through him before he gets through my armor. And indeed I get my very first kill, solo kill that is, in the Maulus, so technically I had the mission completed now. Got one solo kill with the Maulus, but thought while I'm flying home to park the ship I might as well try the Executioner. So slid in on him, expecting him to be kite fit. Lasers have had tracking, so I had tracking disruption loaded. In case he was brawl fit, that's also good, have tracking disruption. And weirdly enough, he didn't move, so I just tackled him. I didn't know what was happening here, but I had my keyboard ranged at the wrong distance, so I started flying away from him again. Thought it was still at 1,500 meters, but it was at 7,500, so I had to approach again. Lost scram even for a second, that could have been quite bad, but thankfully I got in range again, and I could finally start applying some damage to him. I also put my drones on him, and now I just kept him at range, 1,000 meters, doing all the damage to him. And as you can see here, his shields are going down quite slowly, so I expected him to be shield tank fit, which is quite weird in my opinion, but I guess it's fair. Most executioners I see that are kite fit are usually MWD, warp disruptor, tracking disruptor fit, but this one had the shield extender, so interesting choice. It makes the security status much higher, not security status, what am I saying, sorry, the signature radius much higher, but yeah, still, a kill is a kill. And then when I was almost where I wanted to park the ship, I found a third ship, which is this Atron, and I decided to just go for it, and if I would die here, I would just have to start over, no big deal. So I slid in on him, and here he was, close to the beacon, and I decided not to try to outrange him because the Atron is faster, so I decided to just go from the start with tracking disruption, make his blasters miss a few shots, and hopefully do a lot of damage with my drones. But as you can see, he's melting super quickly and he's not doing a lot of damage to me. Finally start cheating, but with T1 guns. And to be honest, I was quite disappointed I didn't find any good fights against people that were really T2 fit or in a real battle fit. I'm not sure if I could have won, because the Maulus isn't the best solo PvP ship in the way I use it. But I thought 3, you know, lower class kills with T1 fits and maybe a bit newer-ish pilots would still count as one, so decided that this would be my one solo kill qualify, and with that I have the Maulus finished. So now I can look forward to the next video where I will fly a Malediction. That's going to be an interesting challenge to find a fit that works for it. So yeah, hopefully see you in the next video, and I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, if you have any questions or ideas or concerns or anything, put them in the comments or send me a mail to tnzaharan. And yeah, hopefully see you in the next one. Bye bye.